All right, so citrus silk serum. I know a lot of you have been asking about this one, and honestly, I get it. This stuff claims to do some pretty wild things, like boosting your energy levels, turning back the clock on aging. We're talking big claims.
Sure.
But don't worry, that's what we're here for, right?
Yeah.
We're going to take a deep dive into all the research, the ingredients, testimonials, the whole 9 yards, to give you a clear, concise, and hopefully pretty fascinating breakdown of citrus silk serum.
Exactly. And Pure Vibrance, the company behind it, has actually gone above and beyond to back up their claims. We're talking real research, clinical trials, the whole shebang.
Well, that's good to hear. So where do we even begin with this stuff? I was reading some stuff from Pure Vibrance's CEO, Rick Bergen, and he was talking about citrus silk's holistic approach to wellness, which I found really interesting. It's not just about skin, it's about creating a deeper kind of harmony within the body. And one thing that really stood out to me was the mention of 425 frequencies. They're infused into the serum, and apparently they harmonize with your body's energy. I mean, 425, that's a crazy level of detail, don't you think?
Oh, it's fascinating. It really suggests that citrus silk works on multiple levels, not just addressing like the physical body, but also, tapping into our energetic and maybe even emotional well-being.
Interesting. Okay, and speaking of interconnectedness, let's talk about life force. This concept of vital energy that, according to Pure Vibrance, naturally declines with age. They're saying citrus silk is infused with a whopping 77 million Bovis units of life force. And that's a 14-fold increase from the previous versions of the serum. That's got to be significant, right?
Oh, absolutely. And it's one of the things that makes citrus silk stand out. You can think of life force, sometimes called chi or prana, as this energy that flows through all the cells in your body. And Pure Vibrance's research is suggesting that by boosting this life force, you can actually activate stem cells, those amazing little cells that are essential for repair and regeneration. They've even got clinical trials suggesting that it could potentially reverse aging, which is, pretty incredible.
Age reversal. Okay, that is definitely a bold claim.
Yeah.
And something we'll want to dig into a little bit deeper for sure. But before we get too far ahead of ourselves, I want to know how this stuff actually gets into your system.
Yeah.
Pure Vibrance calls it vibrodermal technology.
Right.
And, it sounds pretty high-tech.
Yeah, it is. It's quite advanced. Basically, vibrodermal technology allows the serum to bypass your digestive system and delivers the nutrients straight to your cells through your skin. And they have research showing that this method is actually way more effective than taking oral supplements because it gets the beneficial ingredients exactly where they need to be to really have an impact.
Fascinating. So it's like a direct line to your cells, basically. And speaking of ingredients, we're talking argan oil, sea buckthorn, aloe vera, lemon, orange essential oils, jojoba oil, the list goes on and on. It's like a who's who of nature's most powerful elements.
Absolutely. And each ingredient has been carefully chosen for its unique properties and how it supports your overall wellness.
Yeah, for example, argan oil is usually what we think of when we're talking about hair care. But research shows it's got powerful anti-inflammatory properties, cardiovascular benefits, and there's even some evidence suggesting anti-cancer effects. It's a total rock star.
Totally. And then you've got sea buckthorn, the so-called miracle berry, which has an incredible reputation for healing. They actually used it to treat radiation burns after Chernobyl, which tells you a lot about its ability to regenerate tissue.
Wow, I didn't know that. So it must be pretty powerful stuff.
It is. Sea buckthorn is loaded with antioxidants and essential fatty acids, which makes it a key player when it comes to skin health, boosting your immune system, and regenerating your cells.
And we can't forget aloe vera. We all know how great it is for soothing sunburns, but there's so much more to it than that. Pure Vibrance points out that it's got 75 active constituents that help with deep hydration and rejuvenation. It's basically a super serum, all on its own.
You're right. Aloe vera has been used in traditional medicine for centuries, and modern science is just starting to understand how incredible it is for skin health, wound healing, and overall well-being.
I love that. Okay, so we've got the oils too, lemon and orange. And they're not just there for a nice scent, right? These oils have been shown to boost immunity, alleviate pain, and even uplift your mood. It's like aromatherapy meets science.
I love that. And yeah, the essential oils definitely add another dimension to citrus silk's holistic approach. It's about taking care of your whole self, recognizing that our physical, emotional, and energy are all connected.
Exactly. And then there's jojoba oil, which seems kind of like a supporting player at first glance. but it actually plays a huge role in making sure all the other ingredients get absorbed properly, like a team captain.
For sure. Jojoba oil's molecular structure is unique. It allows it to penetrate deeply into the skin, carrying all those other awesome ingredients with it.
Okay, so we've got this powerhouse blend of ingredients delivered with cutting-edge tech that bypasses the digestive system. It seems pretty clear that Pure Vibrance has put a lot of effort into creating a product that's backed by science and focused on results. But how does that actually translate to real-life changes? If someone starts using citrus silk, what can they expect to see and feel? That's where we're going next, right?
Absolutely. That's where things get really interesting. Okay, so we know that citrus silk has all these incredible ingredients delivered through this like super advanced system, and Pure Vibrance has done a ton of research to back it all up.
Yeah, I'm actually starting to get pretty excited about the possibilities here.
Yeah.
But let's talk about what this looks like in real life. You know, if someone actually starts using citrus silk, what kind of changes might they notice? What can they expect to feel?
Well, if the research is right, we're talking about a potential surge in energy levels, big improvements in skin health, maybe even a stronger immune system, and a greater sense of like overall well-being.
Okay, wait, hold on. A surge in energy. I think we could all use a little more of that these days.
Yeah.
So what's the science behind that?
Right. Remember all that talk about life force? Well, Pure Vibrance's research suggests that all those Bovis units in citrus silk can really impact our energy levels. Like imagine having more energy throughout the day, being able to focus better, just feeling more, I don't know, vibrant.
Okay, that does sound pretty amazing.
Yeah.
And you mentioned improvements in skin health too. Tell me more about that.
Well, think about those ingredients we talked about, right? Argan oil, sea buckthorn, aloe vera. They're all known for being amazing for your skin. Argan oil, for example, it's packed with antioxidants that fight off free radicals. Sea buckthorn helps regenerate cells and boosts collagen. And aloe vera, it hydrates and soothes your skin like nothing else. And when you combine those with the vibrodermal technology that delivers them straight to your cells, well, you can imagine how that could lead to fewer wrinkles, more elasticity, and a more, youthful glow.
Okay, now you're talking. A youthful glow. Yes, please. But what about this whole age reversal thing? Can you talk about that a bit more? I mean, what does the research actually show?
Well, it's definitely one of the most fascinating things about citrus silk, and Pure Vibrance has done a ton of research on it. Their studies actually suggest that the high concentration of Bovis units, combined with those powerful antioxidants and cell-regenerating ingredients, could stimulate new cell growth and actually slow down the aging process, like at a cellular level.
Wow, stimulating cell production and slowing down aging at the cellular level. That's pretty mind-blowing.
Yeah.
But let's be real for a second. Are there any downsides? It all sounds pretty incredible, but I always like to look at both sides.
That's a great point. It's always good to be informed. And while citrus silk is made with all natural ingredients, it is possible that some people could have sensitivities or allergies. Like anything new, it's best to start slow and see how your body reacts.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
And of course, if anyone has any concerns, they should definitely talk to their doctor first. But it sounds like overall, citrus silk is pretty safe to use.
Absolutely. Pure Vibrance has made safety and quality a top priority in their research and development.
Okay, good to know. So we've talked about all these potential benefits, and it seems like citrus silk has some really exciting possibilities when it comes to our health and well-being. But what sets it apart from all the other wellness products out there? There are so many serums, supplements, and creams promising similar things. What makes citrus silk unique?
I think what really sets citrus silk apart is this multifaceted approach to wellness. It combines cutting-edge technology with these carefully chosen natural ingredients. So you have the vibrodermal technology ensuring that everything gets absorbed and delivered to your cells. And then you have this amazing blend of ingredients that works on so many levels, physically, emotionally, and energetically.
Right. It's not just about fixing one specific issue. It's about boosting your overall vitality and supporting your body's natural ability to heal.
Exactly, and that's what makes it so compelling. It's not about masking symptoms. It's about giving your body what it needs to really function at its best.
That's awesome. I love that. It's all about empowering our bodies to thrive. But I'm also thinking about the long term. If citrus silk can actually do all of this, what does that mean for our health and longevity down the road?
That's a really fascinating question, and it's something that Pure Vibrance is actively researching. They're all about pushing the boundaries of what's possible in wellness, and they see citrus silk as a key part of a new era of health and vitality.
A new era of health and vitality. Wow, that's powerful. But what would that even look like? How could something like citrus silk change the way we think about aging and well-being as a whole?
Well, imagine a world where we're not just, trying to slow down aging, but actually reversing it at a cellular level. Imagine feeling more energized, more alive, and just experiencing a much deeper sense of well-being.
That sounds incredible. But is that really possible? I mean, it almost sounds too good to be true.
I get your skepticism, but Pure Vibrance believes that this isn't just some fantasy, it's an actual possibility. They've invested so much into research and clinical trials, and the results are really promising.
So it sounds like they're not just making claims, they're actually backing it up with science.
Absolutely. And that's a big part of what sets them apart from all those companies just trying to cash in on the latest trends. They're serious about doing real scientific research and discovering new possibilities.
I love that. So as we're wrapping up this part of our conversation, what's the main thing you want our listeners to take away from this, especially if they're considering trying citrus silk? What would you say to someone who's interested but still a bit unsure?
I'd say that citrus silk represents a totally new way of thinking about wellness, one that's based on real science and focused on helping people reach their full potential. And while it's always smart to be cautious with anything new, the evidence really points to citrus silk being a unique and potentially life-changing way to boost your well-being and embrace the possibilities of living a longer, healthier, more vibrant life.
That's a great way to put it. It's about taking charge of our health and exploring new paths to feeling our best. And it sounds like citrus silk could be one of those paths.
It's definitely worth considering.
I agree. We'll be right back after a short break to wrap up our deep dive into citrus silk serum and leave you with some final things to think about. Okay, we're back and ready to wrap up our citrus silk serum deep dive. It's been a pretty wild ride, wouldn't you say?
It really has.
So much fascinating information.
Yeah, from that vibrodermal technology to the ingredients, it really does feel like citrus silk is pushing the limits of what we think of as like traditional wellness.
Totally. But I want to take a step back for a minute. If this stuff really works the way Pure Vibrance says it does, I mean, are we talking about like a whole new era of wellness? Are we really looking at the possibility of not just living longer, but living better as we age?
I think it's definitely a possibility. What if we really are on the cusp of being able to reverse the aging process at the cellular level? Imagine a world where we not only live longer, but we actually feel incredible while we're doing it. More energy, more vitality.
That's an amazing thought. But let's, get real for a second. Let's say someone's listening to this and they're thinking, okay, I'm intrigued, but is this really for me? What would you say to them?
That's a good question. I'd say, if you're ready to take your well-being to a whole new level, if you're looking for a way to feel more energized, more alive, more, everything, then citrus silk is worth looking into, especially if you're into natural solutions that are still backed by, solid science.
It's about taking control of your health, right?
Yeah.
Not just accepting what is, but actively pursuing a better way to live.
Exactly. And that's what I find so exciting about citrus silk. It's not about quick fixes or covering up problems. It's about giving your body the support it needs to thrive from the inside out.
I love that. It's almost like giving your body a little nudge in the right direction, helping it do what it already knows how to do, but better.
Exactly. Working with your body, not against it.
Okay, I gotta say, after this whole deep dive, I'm feeling really optimistic. It feels like there are some amazing discoveries happening in the world of wellness, and citrus silk is definitely right up there on the cutting edge.
Oh, for sure. It's such an exciting time to be exploring what's possible, how we can optimize our health, and, really live our best lives for as long as possible.
Well said. So, any last words of wisdom as we say goodbye?
Keep an open mind, be curious, and never stop exploring what's possible when it comes to living a longer, healthier, more vibrant life. Who knows? Citrus silk might be the key for you.
That's a perfect note to end on. Thank you for joining us for this deep dive into citrus silk serum. We hope you learned a lot and maybe even got a little bit inspired to explore new ways to take care of yourself. Until next time, stay curious and keep thriving.